All right. Hello again, everyone. So we have Juanpa here. Says male 24 Costa Rica. Thank you for that. Says Mehran, how you can tell if a person is mature, since it doesn't exactly depend on age, I think. Well, it's not a absolute thing that you can be in a conversation with someone and you feel, oh, that person knows a lot about this subject, or is handling this particular situation that you're talking about well. So then the conclusion would be that that person or that woman that you're talking to, probably that's what you mean, is mature. Well, maybe in that topic, but maybe in another facet of life, she would not be as experienced or thoughtful or deep thinker and would not come across as a mature person. So it really depends on what the topic is, and it's a dynamic, it's a continuous thing. It's not an absolute thing, it's a relative thing, and it's a continuous maturity or immaturity. In some things we could be handling it badly and that particular day due to whatever it is that we're going through, and in some other things we could be really brilliant star in how we manage and handle something. So these are the things that you should be considering when you want to decide someone is mature or not. It's not something that, okay, she meets these criteria, therefore the stamp of maturity is upon her. No, it doesn't work that way, really. It's through a lifetime of or maybe a long duration of interaction that you can see if someone is really mature overall in general life situations, or opposite, it's constantly immature in every aspect of life, or there's a balance there and just a normality of sometimes knows enough and handles it well, sometimes not handle it so well, but is trying to focus on growing and learning better and so on. So it's a continuous journey. It's not a stamp of approval of absolution or absolute quality. So we have JB says, dear Mehran, how about presenting your books, do Q&A in book forums, Congress, male 55 Denmark. JB, I am not sure what that means, but my books are registered with the Canadian library. I forgot what the organization. It's a governmental organization that when an author writes something, they would want it to be cataloged and deposited in the Central Canadian Library, and I have done that. So all my books are deposited there and recognized there, so it's listed there. But I'm not sure about presenting books on Q&A in book forums. I don't know what book forum is, but any of you guys who have the books can do that. Can simply, based on what the book is, you can create that forum for yourself as a Q&A, and I could then send me a link and I could be there when I'm needed for that particular day that you arrange for discussion. Any of you that you want to have the Q&A book in any kind of a forum that is suitable for that purpose, maybe you register, you create that chat room or whatever it is, topic, however it works, and then send me a link that on such and such day and time, we have invited all these people, we have prompted them up, talked about the books, and they're interested to meet the author, and then I would show up on that, and then we will create that time for them to ask questions and discuss, and I can, and we can maybe invite them all on that day on YouTube only for them. We can make it private and only that group, or public with those people joining in, and that's how perhaps we can get more exposure. And if that works, guys, you can go ahead and do it and let me know when and time, and then I will participate in your meetup, so to speak, and we will grow that way. Excalibur says, I just noticed the one dislike. Oh, really? We have a dislike? Okay. Is it the troll from a few months ago? Lol. No, I have some people who are haters. That's all right. Everybody does. Nobody is. And I don't assume to want to be popular among the people who don't appreciate what we do here. So regardless of what we do and what the video is, in any channel, there's always going to be some people, whether now, I'm pretty much clear from it. There's only 1 or 2 or 3 people who are just simply that way. And regardless of what it is, even before even watching it, sometimes I see something that hasn't even come on the duration, there's a thumbs down, so that means that person has got an issue, so we let that go, don't worry about it. That's part of the whole thing. And Excalibur says, I just had an idea. I often think about you being a certified psychologist specializing in breakups. How realistic of a goal can it be? Well, certified psychologist, first of all, I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a doctor of any kind. So I want to make sure everybody understands that. Any problems, any medical issues, or any of those stuff, you got to talk to your doctor, psychologist, or psychiatrist. Having said that, in order to want to be registered, I can be registered in different certified Canadian this, Canadian that. But these are organizations that have created these for themselves to create this title and then get paid a certain amount per year for that membership or that certification. But my research and understanding of the topics that I discuss is based on masters of 100 years ago. And there pretty much wasn't any kind of academic institution that would teach this. These are all research that based on my life experiences, my learning abilities, my pondering abilities, analytic views, and understanding and delivering what I have accumulated, gathered from the research and findings of the masters of 100 years ago, along with what I have conjured up in my life and learned and experienced and put together and analyzed, and the combination of it is the delivery that I do. So none of that exists in any university that could actually offer that, or based on that, give me a certain title. I would like to consider that the title should be based on the results and the merits and the contents of the discussions, and the results are pretty apparent. We have had thousands of people who have been helped through this channel, and none of my discussions are medical, or none of them are based on or geared or focused on diagnosing anything. As I've always said, I'm not a psychologist, I'm not a psychiatrist, I'm not a doctor, so therefore our discussions are basically discussions of one human being to another, consulting how we can make sense of it all and how our psyche works according to what my personal understanding and research has allowed me to follow. Excalibur says the title part is based on my belief that you're actually better than many psychologists. Well, thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. David says hello and probably goodbye. Yeah, soon enough. Excalibur says, David, lol, it's been months. Yeah, David, what happened? All right, guys, looks like that we have 16 people here. Ooh, we have grown by 3 leaps and bounds. What happened to us? We used to have 32 sometimes, and sometimes 5. So I guess a happy medium here. And Excalibur was giving a lesson to Japanese emperor. Okay. Ahmed Azimi says hello. Hello, Ahmed. Remember, guys, gender, age, and when you're tuning in from. The 3 things that we really need: gender, age, and where you're tuning in from. It helps us to put a little bit of a dot on the map, so I know where I'm talking to and who. Excalibur says, I blamed this disastrous YouTube notification as always, Mehran. Yeah, perhaps. I don't know. It's a pity that we have so much goodwill in mind and intentions, and we do our best in explanation as much as possibly we can and in live talk, and yet we don't have the blessings of the algorithm to inform people that we are here live, and we just end up, out of over 18,500 subscribers, we only get like 18 of us here. Like, you know, that's kind of shows how ineffective YouTube algorithm in informing people of events are, really, at least in my case. Excalibur says, I guess no gym after stream, too cold. Well, actually, I did go to the gym day before yesterday. Was it? Today is Sunday, yeah? So I did go Friday night, and I did good workout. So last night I took a break. Tonight I might go after I visit my mom, which we usually do on Sundays. So because it's something I really love to do, I enjoy going to the gym, so I probably will, unless I get too lazy, who knows. Ahmed says, male 30, Australia. Oh my goodness, Ahmed from Australia. You are at 7 o'clock in the morning in Australia right now. 7:04, is that right? So you're an early riser, Monday, you're getting ready to work. Excalibur says, if I come back here 10 years later, David will still be 24, male. Dallas. He doesn't age. Yeah, but soon he'll be. No, not soon. What do you mean? It was only just a few months ago you were 24. What are you, in April? Did you become 24 in April somewhere, David? There you go. So it's another 6 months left at least, yeah? Sarah Popelzai. Popelzai. I hope I didn't mispronounce it. Hello, Mehran. Sarah Popey. Hello, Sarah. From London. Oh, all right then. So guys, sprech up means speak up in multilingual way. We want to be able to. Sarah says, I adore you. Well, I adore you as well, and wherever you are and whoever you are, I'm delighted that we are of some use and help to you guys. And Sarah says, you're amazing. Thank you for all you do. Well, my pleasure. And I just noticed that there's a big lump of light on my forehead here due to the sun direction and reflection, I guess, on my glass table there somewhere. So let me go and pull the shades, guys. Give me 1 second. While you guys write up your question, please do me a favor and get those questions rolling so we can have a good content. So let's see. Is this any better now? I think there is no more light other than the regular light that I have here, so perhaps we can do without that as well. Just one moment, let me fix the lightings of the studio. All right, that should do it, right? And I can turn this off and on.